3, 2, 1. How we doing, Chase?
We're fucking going, bud.
We're fucking going?
We're just fucking going.
That's good to hear. I'm glad. What are we drinking tonight? What are we drinking today, right
Your
now?
beer?
Yeah, it is my beer. But Heineken.
I love Heineken.
The best beer.
I don't drink it enough.
Mm-mm.
The only
It's because it's so expensive here.
I mean, it's about as much for a 6-pack of these as you would get for like any local like craft beer. Usually about $9.99.
I don't even know if you can consider these like craft beers.
They're not.
though.
It's just a giant like for fuck, where are they from again?
Heineken?
Holland. Yeah, they're from Holland.
Yeah, it's from Amsterdam.
Yeah, they're basically just like a big domestic. That's all they are.
Yeah, essentially.
They're international.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I still question the green bottle.
So I think when I was there, I did the Heineken experience, and they actually explained with the certain type of, what is it, like hops or whatever that they use?
It's got to be the hops or the malt.
It's the malt. That's what it is. It's the certain malt that they use. It requires them to bottle it in like a green bottle. Otherwise, if they were to bottle it in like a clear bottle or like a dark bottle, it would age quicker. Or it would
Does it have to let in more light? Because I feel like that makes it more skunky.
I don't know. The way they explained it like the bottles have to be green for this reason. And I was already pretty drunk at that time in the experience.
See, why would they wait to explain stuff to you there?
Because it's unimportant. Because
That's kind of cool.
Who's there to listen to it? Everyone's there just to
like give me like when I went on the tour at Earth Rider. Oh, you can't see the hat, but it's an Earth Rider hat. But when I went
shout out to Earth Rider.
Shout out Earth Rider, Souptown. We got a tour there for Gabe's birthday, and I probably only had like 3, maybe 4 pints when I was there. And as we were going through it, it's like we could ask questions, and like we all knew the guy giving the tour because he used to work at the liquor store that we worked at. So that's how we kind of got like hooked up with just a free tour. He's like, yeah, you just come down, we'll get you a couple free beers, and we'll just bring you around. And
shout out Cold One.
Dude, I love working in the liquor business. It's so nice.
Well, you're an essential employee.
It's literally the best like job security, and like you're just exposed to like all kinds of beer, like Heineken's Heineken, but it's like it's when you find all the weird shit. Oh, you're looking at
why are Heineken bottles green?
It's you spelled.
It's fucking Google.
There you go.
Listening to us
Because you did I before E there.
To ensure consumers immediately saw the difference between the regular domestic beers and the premium quality Heineken, the bottle was made green instead of the usual brown. Green was chosen because it radiates freshness, naturalness, purity, and premium quality, just like delicious cold Heineken beer.
So it's
inside.
just a visual thing. There's no scientific reasoning behind it.
Maybe they were talking about like where they store the grain and stuff like that, store the malt, store the hops, like all that stuff.
Maybe, but it's like they're usually stored in giant
metal vats. That's what they.
Well, they're processed in the vats. They're usually not stored in the vats. They usually come in like these giant. What I saw at Earth Rider anyway, they come in like giant basically like giant flour sacks, like the cloth type. That's basically how like malts and like grains like get shipped into breweries.
Oh.
And then they put them into the into those giant metal vats, and then that's when I was probably on that tour we got a solid 45 minutes out of that because I got a little buzzed up, and like obviously knew the guy giving the tour, so I was like comfortable like asking like really like intricate questions, and the more like buzzed up I got, the dumber the questions got, and the more I needed to understand what was going on in front of me. Still had no fucking idea what was going on, but So like it's called Earth Rider Brewery, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck? Like you'd never really understand with like these local breweries like what their names can mean unless it's like has to do with like the
unless it has to do with like the
city. Yeah, like the city or something notable. The surroundings, yeah. Like Castle Danger up in Two Harbors, it's near Castle Danger.
Yeah.
Hence the name. Bent Paddle, it's in Duluth. I mean, outdoor water activities. It's a paddle. I don't know, bent paddle. Like, that kind of makes fucking sense. Earth Rider in Superior, Wisconsin.
Maybe bent paddle actually, like, maybe they were canoeing or kayaking or something. They actually bent a paddle. And they're like, hey, you got a bent paddle. And they're like,
maybe start. You could just get bent.
Yeah, maybe.
That too.
Bent paddle's delicious. I fucking love
They
that battle.
they don't make a ton outside of like the hoppier like
Yeah.
kind of stuff, but like I really like their hazies that they come up with. That's what I've been kind of doing with this quarantine is just trying out like all the really hoppy shit because I don't know, like I have nothing better to do.
What else are we gonna do?
I mean, I'm at a liquor store. It's like I can just walk around and see what I want.
True. Yeah, you got like all your selection right there. And if it's like a slower day, which typically for liquor stores,
I never buy like liquor. The last thing I bought that was liquor was that bottle of Screwball, and that went way faster than I wanted it to. It was so good.
I just feel like beer is so much more like chill. Like you can't.
You can pace yourself.
Yeah, you can't like. Well, you can, but like I just don't think it works.
Like I could actually, I could actually recover on these and try to do a paper today.
What do you like? If you drink
like I could pace myself with beer and then go and like write a paper and stuff.
Oh, paper later is what you're saying?
Yeah, like a paper
okay.
later. I mean, I usually do my homework with a couple, but I mean,
I feel like you can do that with mixed drinks though too. But I just feel like I
you can, but you're
using
using a lot of mixer though, because you don't want it to be too strong. Otherwise, you're gonna be like, all right, well, let's go run through the street naked and screech obscenities.
That's ridiculous. It's a little absurd. What is this fucking the movie 21 or whatever it is, or 21 and over? Is that what it is? That shitty movie about that Asian kid who drank for the first time in his life and
I have no
just went
idea
nuts.
What you're talking about.
Went on top of a cop car and started smashing windows and shit. It was like an Eric Andre episode. The entire movie. It wasn't a good movie. You know what is a good movie? Parasite. You ever seen that?
No.
It's the Korean film, the one that won like all the Oscars.
Oh, yeah.
The Korean made film. It's so fucking good. The whole movie is like, because I remember initially watching it, and so the weirdest thing since we were in quarantine, me and Joe were playing Call of Duty together, and Joe was like, "All right, I'm sick of COD. Let's do something else." And I was like, "How about we watch a movie?" Like together through the mics. So we'll watch it separately. We'll try and start it at the same time.
Yeah.
But like we'll just sit on the microphone in the party and like talk to each other while the movie's going on. And we decided to rent Parasite together. And we watched it on Amazon. And like we throughout like I remember in the beginning I was like, "Oh dude, I'm not going to be able to get into this cuz like it's in Korean. You got to read the subtitles. Like I'm going to have a hard time watching this movie. I'm just not going to vibe with it like I would have."
That's how we
a
watched
regular
all
movie.
Breaking Bad. Just because like the way my room's set up, like how hot it gets, we have to have the fan on.
Oh,
And we
okay.
can't have it too loud.
That makes sense.
Because like our walls are super thin, so like we basically had to like read our subtitles through Breaking Bad and El Camino.
Yeah. But you have to read the subtitles the whole movie, and by like I think probably like 25 minutes in, dude, I was completely hooked in that movie. And there was like parts where like I'd literally grab my head and be like, "What the fuck? Like how did this happen?" Or my god, like, "Oh my god, this is going to happen."
So is that good, huh?
Yeah.
What's it on Prime?
It's on Amazon Prime, but it's like
Did you have to rent it?
I had to rent it, but I think it's on Hulu now. I'm almost certain it's on Hulu.
Like you can just stream it on Hulu.
You can just watch it on Hulu. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that Hulu has it because I saw an ad for it on.
You're on my Hulu, aren't you?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm still on your Hulu.
We got a nice dynamic going on here.
We do. You're on my Spotify. I'm on your Hulu.
And I learned that you don't even pay for the Spotify. It's your fucking dad. Thanks, J. Russ.
Thanks, Dad. But it was a fantastic. It's up there in my top 4. Like my number 1 favorite movie is Interstellar, just because I'm such.
I knew you were gonna say Interstellar. I was gonna say Interstellar too.
I'm such a space nerd. It's like one of my favorite. It is my favorite movie of all time. And then it goes Interstellar, Joker, second favorite movie of all time. It's a great movie.
Very good.
Shit, I had a third favorite. I don't know. It's been a while since I've watched a movie. I should probably stop watching.
I'm getting more into shows, so
yeah.
I don't know if I could rank my top ones right now, but
But Parasite's definitely number 3 for me. My
Okay.
favorites.
we'll have to look that up.
Definitely. So this is actually, let me interrupt you quick before you get on that topic. This is our first video podcast. This is our first video recorded podcast.
And yeah, that's all I'm used to. That's all my podcasts are. We use the same software on Greasy Greg Sports. So if you want to check it out, lots of cool visuals, really fun stuff. If you like sports and you like watching me get drunk and getting a little bit more rowdy, go for it.
Yeah, it's I like your podcast. Like whenever I have to hear something about like sports or whatever, or when sports still existed, kind of.
That's the thing that's tough is the only thing I talk about is NFL draft stuff, and it's like I feel like I'm gonna sound like a broken record. And it's like I don't really have the actual equipment myself to put out content. So the podcast is in furlough right now, which is unfortunate. But I mean, I think we could probably scrap one together and put one together here one of these days, but I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I don't see why not.
I'm not in a rush right now. I just want to see what happens. I'm still trying to get my fix in, guys.
Well, I mean, once everything goes back to hopefully normal soon.
This just smells good.
Yeah, it does. I'm only worried about like it going back to normal, like in time for Halloween, because I want to get fucking wrecked, like super wrecked for Halloween.
What did I do last Halloween? Oh yeah, that's right. I dressed up as a banana.
Yeah, what'd you do for Halloween last year? We were at the frat, right?
No, that was 2 Halloweens ago.
that's
that
what
was when you defiled my middle school football helmet with my
I
my
still
name.
have it. It's in my nightstand in my storage.
Okay,
container
so
in
I'm really
Fargo.
glad that we're doing video. Trenton, I want you to look right at the camera. Okay, like, all right. So everyone watching this, does he not look like if Seth Rogen and Ben Roethlisberger had a bathroom stall butt baby?
I look exactly like Ben Roethlisberger. Ben Roethlisberger.
Yeah, I just want you to pull up a side by side. Like, can they see it on the screen or no?
I don't think so. Oh, not Ben Rector. Who the fuck is that? No, I can't spell for
Well,
shit.
he's from Tulsa, Oklahoma, and he's married to Hillary Rector.
I'll do one. I'll do one with a with a beard.
Yeah, it looks more like Jason.
Yeah,
That's like chunky Jason.
it is like a chunky. He's got a way fatter face than my dad. Well, my dad lost quite a bit of weight too.
Well, yeah. If you looked at like Jason when like we were being degenerates, like attempting to hide our drinking in the living room.
Oh my god, this looks exactly like my fucking dad. Oh my god, that's creepy. Ben Roethlisberger might be my fucking dad. He might be my.
Erica, have you ever been to Pittsburgh?
Yeah, Jesus Christ, Mom, you ever been to an NFL game? So my uncle actually, oh god, it was this one right here. He fucking took this picture and sent it to me, and he said, "This is your real dad." My uncle, it's my mom's brother, by the way. This is the type of twisted fucking humor we have in this family. He'll send me pictures of Ben Roethlisberger, and he'll send me pictures of Seth Rogen, and he'll send me pictures of NFL linemen that just show up on TV and say,
Did you tell him that I said that and he just latched onto it?
No, I actually he initially said that.
I don't believe you. I'm definitely the first one to say that.
I don't. No, he said my dad looks like Ben Roethlisberger.
Oh,
That's what he said. That's what my uncle said. But he was actually I told him about what you said, how I'm a crossbreed between Ben Roethlisberger and Seth Rogen. I'm a butt baby between the two.
bathroom stall butt baby.
Bathroom stall butt baby. I said that to him, and I've never seen him laugh so hard in my fucking life. He laughed like unbelievably hard. It was hilarious.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of that. And then
Hilarious.
what was I gonna go with this? I don't know.
I don't know.
You said hilarious. And
Hilarious.
and then it just threw me off. I didn't know where the fuck I was going with
I
this.
feel like I threw everybody off. Even Peyton, even though she's not paying attention.
No,
I feel like she is partially paying attention and just judging us silently.
probably. I mean, these guys actually aren't that fucking cool.
Yeah, these guys are fucking fags. All right. So back to what do you want to talk about? Beer? Is that your
I have
topic?
no idea. We're just kind of going off
We
here.
were just kind of going off.
It's a fucking Tuesday afternoon in the middle of COVID-19 quarantine.
Yeah. Can we rant about fucking online classes, please?
Yeah, we can.
God, online classes are such bullshit, dude. Oh my god.
Yeah, I started working full time and I forgot I have online classes, and now I'm just like, oh, that's right, I'm a full time student. Like, I'm paying for this, but I'm getting like my refunds back and shit, so I don't really care.
So like, since you lived in the dorms, are they paying you for like the
Yeah.
amount of time that you didn't live in the dorms?
Yeah, and I got my
They're refunding you for that, right?
they have refunded me. I got refunded for that, and like for my the amount of time I didn't. Yeah, it's a Mickey Mouse, and and
Dude, Disney will sue us. Don't do that. Anyway,
Walt
continue.
Disney's a Nazi. Anyway, yeah, I got refunded for unused meals and the amount of time I didn't spend in the dorm.
That's really nice.
I got a little bit of cheddar back, which is pretty nice. And then I got laid off at my fucking god awful job at Dick's Sporting Goods. And
Shout out to Dick's.
shout out to Dick's Sporting Goods. Shitty discounts, no incentives to sell credit cards. Below me. Yeah. So I've just been working at the liquor store, attempting to do online classes. I usually cram it for Fridays and Sundays.
It's reasonable. Well, I have a lecture every day though.
See, I don't have any Zoom lectures, so I don't have to do any of that shit.
Lucky bitch. I only don't have a lecture for my English 321 class. It's like a technical writing class for my profession. I only don't have a Zoom meeting for that class, but for my ECE 303 class, which is like Circuits 2, for my lab, my Circuits lab, for my thermo class, and for my ME 213 class, I have all video lectures every fucking
This smells like my pockets.
at least once a day. That thing doesn't look like it fits you very well.
It might be upside down.
I can't tell. Don't drink through that. That's so gross.
You're gross.
You can vape through it. That's fine, but you don't have a vape.
No.
Yeah, it did look like it was.
I'm a good Christian child.
I haven't worn a mask yet. I probably should.
Neither have I. My mom's given me like 3 of these fucking things, and I haven't worn these at work because it's like, yeah, see, this feels like it fits a lot better. But like,
Isn't it supposed to be tighter?
dude, I don't know. It fit just fine the other day, but it's like I feel like I'd get really like hot under one of those.
Probably, yeah. That seems reasonable. Like, it just seems pointless. That, like, for a mask, that's not like an N95 mask. Like, the N95 masks are the ones that like cover your whole face,
Yeah.
and they like latch on, and there's
They like
literally-
they hug your face, like
Yeah.
nothing can get in or out.
it seals around your face, so nothing can get in there, and those can protect against viruses. But that mask right there, that if you're using that to protect yourself, it's a waste of time. Because the only reason
It's just to make you feel better. It's just it's like the placebo effect. Like that's all it is. It's just a
Well,
placebo.
no.
It just makes you feel like you're better.
No. It would actually help if you had like a cough, for example, and you didn't want to cough in other people's directions, and you didn't.
Yeah,
feel
but it's not for like an airborne.
No, it is.
Well, that's what I feel like you're saying.
But if you cough into that rather than coughing out into the air, you'll protect the people around you, is what I'm trying to say. But if you
Okay.
wear that and somebody coughs near you, it doesn't matter. That's not going to help you.
Yeah.
So it's just for other people's protection when you wear it.
Yeah, I'm not wearing one of these things.
I got a big nose, so it's hard.
So do I.
It's fucking difficult. I'm just gonna get one of those painter masks and just wear that.
I'm just gonna put a garbage bag over my head and breathe really fast. Yeah, I'm just gonna hyperventilate into a hefty bag.
Let's see. I mean, why not? What else is there to do?
How many times can you say hefty, hefty, hefty before you pass out?
The hefty challenge.
The hefty challenge.
That'd be a good challenge. It'd be better than Tide Pods for sure. It'd be better than the fucking cinnamon challenge. That was like,
Oh
our
god,
thing.
that thing was fucking terrible. That looked terrible.
Oh my god, I can't remember who I watched do it. Was it like Randy or something? I don't know. I watched someone do the cinnamon challenge, and I straight up watched cinnamon, like ground cinnamon, come out of their fucking nose, and it was the most disturbing.
It's so dry.
Oh,
It looks terrible.
and it like soaks up all the moisture. Oh god, and cinnamon's awful.
Yeah, the only time cinnamon's good is if you have a little bit of sugar in it.
Yeah. Otherwise, pure cinnamon's like basically putting capsaicin in your mouth.
What in the cinnamon toast fuck is this?
What in the cinnamon toast fuck? Those cinnamon toast crunch commercials, I feel like, were created by people who were like doing acid to like in a group,
Imagine if the fucking cereal had faces and they were eating each other.
and they ate each other, and they had fat ass fucking tongues,
And
like
they
lick-a-tongue
just licked each other.
and they just licked each other.
Like how fucking crazy would that be?
Just serial murder. Yeah,
Literally serial murder.
That's the freakiest thing, because like if you ever watch any of those commercials, like there's always a piece of cereal that dies every time.
There's always one that's on the hunt, and they know which one is the apex predator of
Clearly.
the cereals.
Dude, their eyes are facing forward. They're predators.
Yeah, because if
Apex
they're
predators.
facing the side, they'd be herbivores.
No, they'd be prey.
Well, prey herbivores, like whatever. Like
Yeah.
they don't hunt. They
Yes.
scavenge.
Yes. Yes.
They get hunted.
Yes.
I saw that thing about like the horses in Skyrim, and it made me laugh my ass off.
Yeah, how they follow you with your head, which like horses don't normally do.
No, because our eyes are on this side.
They look from either side.
But like the way they designed the game, because obviously like they couldn't design it to be that specific with like the
horse
coding,
head
the
movement.
head movement of the horses. It looks directly at you, and it's like you have like shadow mirror or some shit with those red ass eyes. You're just like, this thing wants to fucking eat me.
It could. It really could.
And those fucking chompers.
Those chomps. Dude, dinosaurs might have been scavengers. Do you know that? They might have been like feather covered scavengers. Like they might not have. Like T-Rexes might not have been what T-Rexes
Chickens are literally just
Just tiny,
little tiny T-Rexes.
tiny dinosaurs, dude.
It's fucking hilarious too.
But like, think about that. If you think about a T-Rex, like, what would a lizard need with tiny little arms on its front? Nothing, right? But if it was like a bird type species, like it had wings.
But it wouldn't be able to fly.
No, it wouldn't be able to fly. It'd be like a
Its
penguin.
bones are way too dense. Like don't.
Well, we don't know how dense the bones were.
Yeah, we do.
Do we?
Because birds have hollow bones.
Yeah. Oh,
And those dinosaurs did not have hollow bones. T-Rexes have very rock solid bones.
didn't they?
T-Rexes couldn't fly T-Rex.
As far as you know. What, were you fucking around during that time?
No. Nobody was.
Around 2,000.
Sturgeon were.
Whoa. Around 2,000 kilograms meters to the -3.
Is this registering for you? Are these numbers making sense to you? Because I don't think they are. Don't pretend that they are.
I know what density is, you tard. I'm in engineering school. I fucking do density every day. Okay. So, tissues vary in density. Muscles have densities around 1,050 kilograms meters cubed. Fat around 900 kilograms meters cubed. Bone around 2,000 kilograms meters cubed. And air in the lungs 1 kilogram meters cubed, for example. Dinosaurs' masses might have been calculated from these densities using estimates of the volume of each tissue.
Why didn't you just look up could T-Rexes fly?
Well, they can't.
Because you're going to get a no.
They can't fly.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that they could fly.
I thought that's what you're trying to get at.
No, they could have
Can you,
wings.
can you give me a cream ale, bud?
Yeah, I can grab you a cream ale. They could have wings like
Yeah,
chickens.
I definitely recommend you try one of those Oktoberfest I brought. They're
Is that what you want, or you want a cream?
No,
you
I'll
want
take-
my last cream ale.
if it's your last one and you really want it, I'm not gonna make you give it to me.
I do want it.
Okay.
It's my last one.
Okay, then take it. Take your cream ale.
Well, what do you want then?
I'll just take my Oktoberfest then.
It's not very cold. Do you want anything else?
No.
Okay.
These are actually very good for how cheap they were.
I mean, I'm very okay with like handing over a natty or a bush.
I have way too many of these. I have to start drinking them.
That's reasonable. Yeah. So dinosaurs couldn't fly. Obviously, shows you how much we fucking know about that.
When I was a little kid, I used to just love going to the library and just like grabbing those like dinosaur movies, like the educational ones where they had like the CGI and shit and they talked about them. I was like, dinosaurs are so fucking cool.
Dinosaurs are so fucking.
I just sit there, just watch dinosaurs, just like do shit. I was like, this is fucking awesome.
Yeah, dinosaurs were pretty good. I just never like. I remember people in elementary school getting into dinosaurs.
Remember Dino Day?
Dino Day? I do remember.
Dude,
Dino
no.
Day.
I remember when we were done with like when we had the actual Dino Day. When I was in second grade, and I
bet my viewers loved that.
I was so sad. ASMR for a beer that overflowed just a tad. And,
ASMR. I'm doing the Fortnite orange dance. My parents are having a divorce in the background. Shout out to that YouTube video.
Yeah, I was so sad after Dino Day. I asked my teacher, I was like, how come we're not doing any more dinosaur stuff? Where's all the dinosaur stuff? She said, we're done with Dino Day, Chase. We're moving on to the next unit. And I was like, in like a more of a second grader sense, I was like, that's fucking bullshit.
It's fucking bullshit.
Like, I want to talk more dinosaurs, bitch.
Grab a bush. I have a fucking nectarine Red Bull in here. That's not for me. It's for
Fucking
River.
what?
A peach nectarine Red Bull. It tastes like shit. It literally tastes.
I feel like he doesn't drink normal things.
No. He doesn't. I don't think.
Does he drink like Pib Extra or some shit like that?
Pib Extra. He's got a whole keg of Pib Extra in his closet.
Pib Extra on tap. Remember, I just can't get over when he ordered when he called Pizza Hut a boneless pizza.
I was there for that, dude. I was right there. Like he's straight up.
Were you guys here?
Yeah, we were in. So when my sister moved out, when my sister moved out, I pushed all the shit that she left into her closets. And then I put my futon in there, and I put my PlayStation, I put my TV in there.
I had a dildo thrown on me here.
Yeah, that's a different time. That's a different story. We'll talk about that later.
Ouch.
And we were sitting in that fucking room, and we went outside and we smoked. We came back and we were high as fuck. We were just baked as shit. And he's like, "Dude, I want pizza." And I was like, "Call Pizza Hut, like order pizza." And he was like, "Well, will you pay for half?" And I was like, "Fuck no, dude. I don't want pizza." And he's like, "All right, fine." He just did it. And he calls up Pizza Hut. He's like, "Hey." and they're like, "Hi, this is Pizza Hut. How can I what can I get you?" And he's like, "Can I get a boneless pizza?" And they're like, "What?" And he's like, "Can I get a boneless pizza?" And I can hear the guy on the phone, on the phone, and he's like, "You want pizza?" Just it sounded like he fucking backed away from his phone and was like, "What the fuck?" Like,
he had to scan it. He had to scan out the environment real quick. He had to figure out what the fuck was going on.
he had to pinch himself, make sure he wasn't dreaming.
Having a nightmare.
Had to look in the mirror to make sure he wasn't having a stroke. He's hearing everything right. But River's like, "I got a boneless pizza." He's like, "You want a pizza?" And he's like, "Yeah." He's like, "What kind of pizza?" And he's like, "Boneless." At this point, I was crying. Like, I couldn't keep it together. I was literally crying. So River had to cover the phone up, and he's like, he's like, "A pepperoni boneless pizza." And the guy's like, "All right, a regular pepperoni pizza." And then he's like, "Is that it?" And he's like, "Yeah." And he filled out the rest of the address and shit. And he hangs up. And then he's like, "Oh shit, do you have anything to drink here?" I was like, "I got water, water and milk." And he's like, "Fuck, I need Pepsi." He's like, I need soda." So he calls them back, and he's like, "Hey, you know that order that I just called for the boneless pizza?" And the guy's like, "Oh yeah, I remember that." And he's like, "Yeah, can I get a 2-liter of Beppy's?" and the guy on the phone was like, "What?" Just yells it through the phone. I was just shocked. I was like, "What the fuck?"
Where do you just come up with that?
I was like, "Why Beppy's? Why of all things? Why couldn't you just say Pepsi?"
It's a shitpost for Pepsi.
It is.
Pepsi could be more of a shitpost in itself. That's what it'd be called.
He's like, "Let me get a 2-liter of Beppy's." He's like, "You want Pepsi?" He's like, "Yeah, same order, bruh." And he's like, "All right, your order comes to this." And I was shocked that he had the balls, the audacity to call someone and ask them like a food chain. Could you in that time he walked up to the counter? I don't know if you remember this or not, but we actually have the video when he walks up to the counter.
Yep, I found that, and he yells "pug."
No, that's a different time. But it's at McDonald's, and he asks for a McWiener. Convinced. No, he's totally acting at this point. This dude's River's probably insane.
Why is he not in movies?
He would be a good actor. But he just walks up to the counter.
I need you to do this. Fuck, okay.
Straight face. He walks up to the counter. He's like, "Can I get a McWiener?" And she's like, "A what?" And he's like, "I want a McWiener. You guys have McWieners, right?" And she's like, "Oh, what?" And he's like, "A McWiener. Give me." And he starts yelling at the counter. He's like, "I want a McWiener. That's all I want." And the lady, she looks behind him and she's like, "Is this a joke?" And he's like, why would I be joking? Why at all would I ever joke about this?" And he got way too serious for it. And she was taken aback by it. She was like, "Oh, what the fuck?" And she looks behind him and she's like, "Well, all your friends are laughing." And he turns around completely unprompted. This was no longer a part of the joke. He looks at us. He's like, "You guys told me it was real." And he just said it perfectly. Yeah, he should be acting, dude. He should be an actor. He's hilarious.
It's just how well he can hold it together. When you think out of all the people that would have a hard time keeping it together in a situation like that, it'd be him.
You think so, right?
But when he's the one in the heat of it, he's got that clutch gene, He
does.
Dude, he's like Kobe Bryant in the fourth quarter with the ball. They're down by 2. You're going on the court with no shot clock on. Give the ball to River. But
he'll step on someone's face and dunk it somehow. He's so. I think we talked about in the last.
He's faster than me. It's scary.
It is scary. Well, it's because he's a dude. I've talked
when we brought him to any time. I was trying so hard. I'm not a very big guy, and I was trying to get in my squats into the 300s. I'm pretty sure we threw on 315.
Yeah.
And he busted out 2 without breaking a sweat.
Yeah, it was no effort.
And it was the first time he had actually tried to squat heavy.
No, it was the first time he ever did squat outside of IST.
Which he didn't go to IST a lot, so he didn't have a ton. But I mean, he still had good form and everything.
Well, they only let you do 140. They let Devin Reynolds, who could squat 400 pounds, sophomore year of high school.
Well, it's because you were never trying to max out there.
Yeah, they let him only squat 200 pounds at max. That's all they would let him do.
They let me go to 225 there.
They let Peel do 300 one time, like 315. But that was like
The only thing they limited me on was my cleans. They let me top out at like 195, and I was like, come on, just let me throw in 5 more pounds. I want to have at least a 200-pound clean.
200.
I want a 200-pound clean.
Dude, Evan Erickson had that 315-pound clean. That's fucking bananas. 315. Or it's 335 or something like that. Like, senior year, right before he went to UND, he fucking cleaned 315 pounds.
I don't want to talk about Evan Erickson on this podcast.
Neither do I.
Can we cut that out?
Yeah, we can. I'll edit that out later. It's just fucking...
She bullied him.
Good. Fuck that kid. If he listens to this, I don't give a shit.
I don't give a fuck.
Every time we play, so we've gotten into a pretty big Monopoly streak on PlayStation recently. We'll get 6 people.
I've noticed.
We'll get 6 people in a Monopoly lobby, all right? It gets pretty intense. Like, we've played probably like 15, 20 games of Monopoly together. And Evan Erickson, in the very beginning, wouldn't get log into Monopoly because Ubisoft asked for like you to register an account.
It's Ubisoft that does that?
It's Ubisoft, yeah. It's a Ubisoft game. But Ubisoft literally tells you, like, hey, you need to register for a Ubisoft account to be able to play anything like this online. And Evan was like, straight up, he's like, I'm not going to do it. And we were all like, why? Like, just sign up. He's like, no, that's how they get you. That's how they get you. They want you to sign up for it. Really? You're just going to be on your phone just like that?
Sorry, I was looking at Gabe's new Audi.
God. Disrespectful. We're on camera now. You got to...
I know, but I'm listening to you talking about Monopoly.
Yeah, telling you a story.
Okay, go for it.
But he's always in the party, and every time he says something stupid, I just tell him to shut the fuck up. Like, every time. There was the other day, he was like, I can't believe you guys convinced me to get a Monopoly fucking profile or something like that. He's like, I can't believe you guys convinced me to sign up because now I get emails from Ubisoft. And I was like, okay, just ignore it.
That's why you give it an email that you don't fucking check, buddy.
Yeah, fucking dumbass. God. And he said something dumb, and I was like, Evan, shut your fucking face.
He just said something dumb. I don't know what it was, but it was definitely dumb.
God, he just, every time. My brain probably, like, blocks it out like a traumatic event because it doesn't want to think about it. Probably just fucking pushes it out. It's like, we'll remember that on our deathbed, maybe.
How long are we into this?
About a half hour.
And you have not asked me about my shirt yet.
I was just about to ask you.
Were you?
Shirt. Yeah.
Show
it up.
Show it up.
Allegedly.
It's my favorite shirt. I lost it for a year at Lake Vermilion, and then I found it. It was hanging up facing the neighbor's yard because the mugshot freaked him out.
Whose face is that?
That would be Pat McAfee, former punter of the Indianapolis Colts. For the brand. Hashtag for the brand.
Hashtag for the brand.
He does the Pat McAfee Show 2.0 because it's not just the Pat McAfee Show because he's not part of Barstool anymore.
Fat bums.
Tweeted at me once. Highlight of my life.
He did tweet
Got
at
like
you.
7,000 likes. I mean, that was like, close to viral, I guess. So, I mean, that's like my 10 minutes of fame.
There you go.
Had to turn off my notifications on Twitter. No big deal.
Yeah, I mean, Pat McAfee's fucking sick. He was a sick punter, too. Did you ever watch any of his highlights?
He won like the punt, pass, and kick competition when he was in high school, I'm pretty sure.
Did he?
Or he got like second or third, but like he was really good. Like dude has an arm, and he was a really fucking good soccer player. He was punter and kicker at West Virginia, and then when he went to the Colts, they just wanted him as a punter.
Shift this way. So
he was very good.
Shift like. Well, not all the way, you tard. Just halfway.
I know.
God,
I'm just giving you a hard time.
You are clearly giving me a hard time. This is the worst first video podcast. But Pat McAfee's a beast, dude. If you watch any of his highlight reels, like there's reels where like a kick returner or a punt returner will like break through the main line, and then it's just him and the punter, and like Pat McAfee will fucking deck him. No,
there's like 2 or 3 of those where he's completely laid him out. He laid out. Okay, one of them, I think even he had to admit was kind of like. Because it was Trentin Holiday. He was a returner for the Broncos. He's like, I'm not shitting you. This guy.
It's like 5'6".
No, he's 5'5".
What?
I don't think this guy played like a single snap of offense.
What's his name?
Trentin Holiday.
How the fuck? Keep talking.
Yep.
Oh, shit.
Trentin Holiday. He was a wide receiver. I think he pretty much just played special.
5'5", you're not wrong.
Yeah, 5'5". He's about my weight, and he ran a 4.34. He's literally like, look at these. All these are just pictures of him on kick returns.
Well, yeah, isn't that all he did?
That's literally, he was just a return specialist, and he gets fucking decked by Pat McAfee. Just look up one of the, like, just scroll down. I'm pretty sure you're going to find him getting decked by Pat McAfee. There you go. See?
Pat McAfee Trentin holiday video. We'll have to...
I love Pat McAfee. His celebrations after a good punt were fucking amazing, too. Like,
were they?
He had so much swagger.
I mean, he is such an animal, dude. Like,
dude had a fucking leg.
yeah. Oh, he was a kicker, too. He was kicker.
Well, he's kickoff.
Kickoff.
He did kickoffs. Like,
not like...
He didn't do actual kicks, but yeah, look at this.
Boom. Yeah, I saw that shit.
I mean, he's a big boy, though.
He is a big dude.
He's like 230.
The fact that he can run so fast, and he's got that punter bar, that fucking helmet.
I mean, think about it. He was a fucking soccer player, and he's like 230 pounds probably when he was playing, 220.
I feel like Robbie could have gotten to that size. Robbie easily could. Robbie's like my height. If he just put on like a bunch of muscle, he could easily...
Yeah, it's just he just did all those like really like... He did like cross country and like soccer and stuff like that. If he did like football and did all that stuff, he could easily have been in the 200s and still have been extremely like fast twitch.
Yep, just a beast. Like he was,
because like when you do like those strength training stuff, like you build a lot more fast twitch muscle fibers, and it's really scary when you get a lot of those because you can be like really fucking fast, you can be like really strong, like a lot of short burst kind of shit. Mm-hmm. Like, if you'd have done those, he probably could have been playing, like, receiver or, like, running back or something. He's so fast.
I feel like he could have just...
He could play fucking linebacker, for Christ's sakes.
He did. He could have just... He would have stuck to kicking, though. 100%.
Easily could be kicking for the Gophers right now.
You think so?
If he would have had more than... If you give him 2 seasons to learn how to kick... I mean, like... Do you remember in practice that one day when we did it with a rush and he kicked a 50-yarder?
Yeah, he kicked like a 55-yarder.
It was a 55-yarder and went right through the uprights. Like, it was literally right down the middle. I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me.
Yeah, that was crazy. Remember, he would just chip shot like 30-yarders, no problem. He wouldn't even like pay attention. He would just walk up and boot it.
It was so effortless for him.
It was. And we had fucking the year prior.
There are guys that are D1 kickers that can't kick that well even.
Yeah. I know. That's what I was saying. I'm so disappointed he went for soccer. And
it's like if you're specializing, get really good at that one thing, that can take you so far.
It would.
That can take you so fucking far.
I feel like Robbie would probably play D1 for kicking easily. And then there's potential at that point for him to go
just by how far he could kick it, because we saw him kick. Let's say it was a 50-yarder. Let's short him 5 yards, just so we're not overestimating here.
Yeah.
So we saw him kick a 50-yarder with a full defense rushing at him. And he booted it through the uprights.
Yeah.
That was probably good. That ball was probably good. No, those are shorter goalposts that we have at our school. They're not the ones that are not... I'm not saying like the crossbar. I'm saying the uprights. The uprights don't go way up. Ours are like... They're a lot more square. They're farther down.
Yeah.
So that was maybe... Like, if he would have kicked that on an NFL goalpost, it would have maybe been halfway up, and it looked like it would have been like almost short. Like, it wouldn't have gone all the way through. But for us, it was like... dead through the uprights, like he drilled it. So that's...
Wait, you mean the crossbar?
No,
the crossbar
uprights.
is not as high.
No. The crossbar is the same height. That's why I said crossbar is the same height. I'm talking like... You know when you're looking at an NFL game or a college game, and the crossbars, they're very... Not the crossbars, the goddamn uprights. They're very long.
Yes.
They're very long.
Yes.
The ones that we had at our school and like at the ones like in the surrounding areas.
Yeah.
They didn't go up as high as those. The uprights didn't.
Okay.
They're very squared off. They're not like these giant rectangles that you're kicking.
So you're saying Robbie still would have made it on like an NFL?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying like the way it looked. Like I'm just trying to put the things into perspective here. I'm trying to put things in perspective, but like
he still would have made it on an NFL goalpost, right?
I'm not saying that it would have been any different because they are the same height and they're the same width. Okay. What I'm saying is I'm trying to put it in perspective because. Like on our goalpost, because they are short, like the uprights are shorter. Not the crossbar. Crossbar is the same height. The crossbar is 10 feet up.
Yes.
Okay? It's this part right here. Mm-hmm. So imagine this. Okay, so this is crossbar. Crossbar is going to go away. Here's ours. Okay?
Okay.
Here's the NFL ones.
Okay, they're taller.
They're a little bit taller, right?
I understand that.
It looked like... On ours, it looked like he basically went like up through here. On an NFL one, he was probably about right here.
Okay, that makes sense.
Is what I'm saying.
That's the point you're trying to make.
That's the point I'm trying to make.
It's kind of a useless
point,
but...
it's kind of a useless point because I had to drag it out so much because your little fucking stupid brain.
Well, fuck,
couldn't
you were. I
comprehend it.
don't know. You looked like it wasn't gonna go in. Fuck you.
Anyway, but yeah,
God.
I still think that would have been good from like he could have kicked that from 60.
You think so?
That same ball, probably.
Yeah.
And I don't even like.
He just had a cannon of a fucking leg.
That's
Just a.
It's like he had a cinder block in his fucking toes.
Like, and that was the thing. Like, he had so much control over how well it went. Like, have you ever watched him punt?
Well, soccer style punt was that was a you thing.
That's true.
You're a much better punter. I mean,
because I like actually practiced punting for quite some time. He didn't learn how to punt.
punting is completely because like field goal kicking and kickoffs are literally just it's soccer style. Because like back in the day, it was like straight on flat boot kicking. Now it's soccer style kickers. It's literally 100% of them, and a lot of these former soccer players are going and becoming really good kickers. Like every kicker in the NFL has a soccer background, pretty much at some point. Like they played in high school.
Not punters though, just kickers.
A lot of punters were kickers at one point.
Okay.
Like they took the Pat McAfee route where they did both.
Oh.
But he was special at what he did because he got drafted, and they didn't know what he was going to be.
Who was that college receiver that went into the NFL as a punter? He like taught himself punting. He was like the only black punter.
Are you talking about Marquette King?
I think so.
I don't think he was a receiver. I think he was a punter in college.
No, he was something.
I know he was a punter in college. Just look up Marquette King.
Okay, sorry.
M.A.
But what was
Q? You? There you go. He's not on a team right now. He was in the XFL, and he's actually like one of the better punters in the NFL, and it's really irritating that
current team St. Louis Battlehawks.
That's the XFL. They just filed for like bankruptcy. Like I can't remember which kind of
XFL.
Yeah, they filed for bankruptcy because of the coronavirus.
It's supposed to be their season right now, isn't it?
They would be in the middle or the end of it right now because I mean they were about 5 or 6 games through.
Oh my god! This was their first season.
Yeah, they're not not expected to come back in 2021 either. Because they're not gonna have the funds, and that's the thing. If you take out this whole coronavirus thing, Vince McMahon was gonna back it for 3 years. Like he had enough money put away to where he could back it up for 3 years.
Yeah.
To where it could run successfully until he could actually turn a profit on the league.
That's such a fat bummer.
And then the coronavirus hits, and it just fucks him because he's getting no revenue coming in. That sets you over a year behind.
And he's not making any revenue from WWE either.
Yeah, because everything's canceled. He can't make anything.
Holy fuck.
How shitty is this stupid pandemic?
It's so ridiculous, dude. I don't know. It's not going to change anything, but I would just like hope that the NCAA like...
At least we can go outside still.
True.
We can still frolf.
I haven't gone frolfing in a long time.
The new Carleton course is really nice.
I haven't been there yet.
Very dense. You got to go out there earlier in the day because once it gets around 5, 6 o'clock and the sun starts to set, it's pretty shadowy in there, and like it gets really dark out there really fast. And
you want to go this weekend?
Yeah, those fucking skeeters are bad, bud. They are fucking bad.
Built in a fucking swamp. Yeah, it's gonna be bad.
It's like literally all 18 holes are in those fucking trees now. There's nothing out in the open.
Really?
But it's like there's parts of those woods
There's
that
18. It used to be 12, or it used to be 13.
9.
It was 9. No, it was more than that.
No, the original Carleton course is only a 9.
What?
Yeah.
So how far? Because you remember, like the first hole, you walk up and you go into the woods. Second hole, what are you doing?
I'm pulling up something. Yes, I have a disc golfing app. But this is because it has. Let's see. Carleton, because I can look up the Carleton course because like they didn't do a good job on what's it called? Like the numbering, like the signage on the course.
Like the new one or the old one?
The new one.
Okay.
Because they took all the old signs and like the old signs kind of had like a half-assed diagram of what the hole would look like, like the path of it. Yeah, they would just put those on on the new holes, which are completely different. So you had no idea what you were getting into. So it's like you had to have like some sort of course knowledge to actually.
So this is the old one, right? Oh my, what the fuck? That's not what I want. I want this. So this is the old course, right?
Yeah, that's the old one.
Yeah, it's 9 hole. So what did they add on to? Let's see if I can get
So
there. See if I
can I just? Should I just get up?
No, you don't have to.
I can though. See, I can drag the mic over here.
Now the camera can't see you.
Camera can't see me. Okay, but I'm trying to get you to understand this. So
Okay.
instead of like pulling up and parking like over here,
Yeah.
they fucking cleared this out right here, and that's a parking lot.
Okay.
And you start. The first tee off is at this where this pin used to be.
And how far back does it go into the woods? Like
Dude, you're going like past these trails probably. You're
fuck. So it's all back there.
It's because it's all 18 because you're like fucking zigzagging and shit throughout all 18, and like there's a shitload of brush and whatnot there. So it's like yeah, I have to use the GPS on my UDisc app because that actually has the whole course mapped out.
Okay.
Which is really handy. And like it has like a real time like where you can see what direction you're facing, and it shows you how far away you are, and it has like a line to get you to the next tee.
That's
so
sick.
yeah, no, I'm actually like comfortable with like going out there by myself.
That's the wrong one.
Is it?
Yeah, you're not going to be able to fix it.
It's, you know what? It's not a big deal because as long as you can hear me.
Yeah. Pull it up a little bit closer to your face. So there you go. Try not to touch it too much, because if you touch it,
I've been touching it so much.
That's, yeah, I know, and you can, and the people listening can definitely hear that. I don't have those like those scissors that like, if you see scissors on like
I haven't been rattling it too much.
If you see any scissors on like any podcast that are just like completely encased, those are completely like hydraulic ones. Those have shocks in them to keep the silence like completely. This just uses friction and springs. That's all it uses, just friction and tension. That's it. That's all these use. And that's why you can hear them. The other ones use like pneumatic devices on the inside that keep it to where like when you move it, it silently moves because it's just pressurizing air in and out.
Okay.
So these ones are shit. These ones are dog shit scissors. That's why this whole mic setup only costs like $30. You can also, yeah, you can do that if you want. Bend it towards you. Nice. Glad chase. What's happening?
Yeah, why is that bugging out?
I don't know.
Seems like a camera issue there, bud.
Is it? I hope not.
No, it's probably just OBS.
You think
freaking
so?
out. Mm-hmm.
Does that happen occasionally? Do you know?
I've never seen it because I'm not the one that mans the camera. I'm just the guy that goes in front of the camera, gets drunk, and rants. So
Fair. Yeah, you can. What the fuck? What's going on? I hope that doesn't happen. I hope that's not actually happening like in the video. I hope it's just happening on OBS occasionally.
you think it wouldn't save like that?
That's what I'm saying. I hope it doesn't do that, but whatever. We can get on a different topic. So, I mean, disc golfing in Fargo, literally impossible. It's too windy. And there's no disc golf courses in Fargo anywhere.
Because no one wants to build them because it's too fucking windy. Because there's not a lot of trees, not a lot of coverage.
True. Yeah, there's like, I don't know. There's no hills even. It would literally just be like a flat course.
It'd be like UMD's course, but extremely flat.
It would have to be almost exactly like that. The ones that were in Dickinson when I was there, the disc golf course that was there, it was on a hill that like people would typically slide on. So it was nice, and there were some trees, like they planted some trees back in the day. But other than that, like it was super open. It was like in a giant field.
Ooh, excuse me.
It was still a nice course though. It was fun to play on.
Have you been to Montauk?
Montauk's course? No.
Very nice.
Is it?
Very, very nice. Super big.
Don't you have to pay to go there?
You have to. But you don't have to.
Shut the fuck. I know what you're saying, and that's illegal. Is it open right now?
I mean, it might be.
I don't think it's still technically like early spring, right?
But it's like I feel like you could still drive up there and no one would like stop you from going.
No, definitely not.
When we went there, we paid. You just have to stop in like the little gift shop.
Yep. Same thing for like mountain biking. If you go mounting,
you have to take a fucking day trip for that though. Like it's 36 holes. We only played like
Holy
8.
fuck.
We went through 18 and we skipped a couple.
Yeah.
because we were like, there's no way we're not losing our discs on these, and there's no way. Like, some of those throws are just completely fucking absurd.
Are they?
The very first throw is really cool because the first tee is at the top of the ski hill.
That's cool. So you can just bomb it out.
It's like at least like it's 500 feet. So you're looking at a football field and some change.
That's crazy.
Like down the hill, and it's like even if it's not a windy day, like you're getting some gusts, and like you might not be feeling it at the top, but in the middle of the hill there could be some fucking gusts because it just acts like a wind tunnel down there. Because there's like because on your left side there's nothing.
Shout out to LaCroix.
On your left side there's nothing. On your right side, bunch of fucking trees.
Is there?
So the wind is just super goofy right there. And I remember I went there with Austin and Gabe. Lost my water on hole 2.
Lost your water?
Super hot day. I was wearing very warm sweatpants. I was
what the fuck?
super upsetting. Didn't bring extra clothes. I was dying.
No water either.
Except
Surprised you made it out of there alive, Chase.
it was like a 3.5 hour like round. It's crazy.
God, that's crazy. How many people did you go with?
It was me, Gabe, and Austin. That's it.
It's just you 3?
Yeah, it was just us 3.
And it took that long, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I think we only played 16 holes too. But yeah,
You mean 18? Or
we went through 18, but we only played 16 of them. We skipped a couple holes
wow.
because some of them were just like because there was one. It was like you were on a hill, like a little mound, and then you had to throw it up another hill. But the hill was like, maybe 30 yards away from you. But it was...
Mike.
It had like a
Talking to the
slope.
mic.
It had a slope like this.
So it's very steep.
Super steep, lots of trees.
Closer to the mic. It's probably not picking up.
It's probably picking me up because I'm talking louder, Trentin.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I work with these every single day, Chase. You just know more than I do. Sorry.
I put out more episodes than you with less quality equipment.
Yeah, with your shitty mics. With your shitty computer mic.
Shittier mics. I literally
With your
use my
shitty-
Turtle Beach headset.
With your shitty Turtle Beach headset, yeah. That's what you sound like on PlayStation parties. Just so you know. That's what you sound like on Xbox parties. Like your podcast. When you listen to it, it sounds tinny and it sounds low quality. It's because you're using a Turtle Beach mic, buddy.
Mine doesn't sound that low quality.
No, it was actually pretty
It
good
actually
quality.
said for using an old Turtle Beach model, it turned out pretty fucking good.
Yeah, no, those mics are fine. Like, there's... The only mics I would have
It's just not beating the shit out of them. That's the only problem I have.
What do you mean?
Because I won't pay more for a mic because I feel like I don't need it
Okay.
for my Xbox. I had one just like that a few years ago. But like I was like kind of, just sitting there like waiting for someone or like watching a YouTube video. And I kind of leaned like this. I don't know why I was leaning like that. But I put too much pressure on my ear.
What?
And I heard a pop.
Oh, no.
And something in the earpiece just like
Bust the speaker.
I like busted the speaker. Like it like popped. Like I think like the little center part of the speaker just like fucking popped out or some shit like that. And I was like, it's fucking stupid. So I just went and bought another mic.
Speakers are really easy to fix. Super easy. It's just a magnet, a coil, and some electricity running through it. And like a cone. A cone that can vibrate. Really nice, easy cone. So like if you ever need to replace like a speaker, you can just like you can just replace like a certain component and it'll be completely cheaper than replacing the entire speaker itself.
I'll just use my Trump money.
Your Trump money. Has that come yet?
Yep.
Really?
Well, it was pending yesterday.
Pending? What? You actually got it into your bank?
Yeah, mine was pending yesterday.
What the fuck?
Did you file taxes?
Yes, I filed taxes.
Well, I don't know. Mine's been pending since yesterday. I don't know if it actually went in.
So, directly into your bank account, right?
Yeah, mine is. It's still pending for me.
So how did you... Well, I didn't
do a goddamn thing.
I didn't do direct deposit for taxes.
What'd you do? They just wrote you a check?
Yeah, they just mailed me a check.
Okay, well then you're not gonna get it direct deposit because you have to have a direct deposit account that you use for your taxes, like when you filed your taxes.
I did it last year, but I just didn't do it this year.
Okay, I think it was supposed to be this year that you were supposed to do that to
Okay.
get it. I don't know because
So I'm
if
gonna get a check then.
maybe I don't know. I mean, you could check to see if it's pending? Because, I mean, it should be pending for just about everybody now.
Because, like, I know the stimulus check was, like...
Unless your parents, like, claim you for some strange reason at this age in your life, like her, so...
Well, I know that,
Yeah, she didn't like that comment.
the stimulus check, like, I didn't know it was actually going to happen. Like, I thought the stimulus
Do you know how
check
they,
was, like...
do you know how they calculated
How?
to give us $1,200?
How?
I think that's, like, making a minimum wage times 40 hours a week over a 2-week period.
Really?
Yeah.
Minimum wage.
Was it, like, $7.25?
The Motley Fool. Stimulus checks started arriving this week. Here's how to know when to expect yours.
No, I think that's actually how they did it, was they just did, like, the $7.25, full time for 2 weeks.
I mean, that's not... For me, that's not
That's
a lot. For me, that's
about it,
more than what I need.
Yeah,
personally.
that's not a lot of money though. If that's what they expect you to live off of every 2 weeks, it's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, no, that's absurd for people who...
That's not going to be enough to keep the economy afloat.
It'll keep it afloat.
Well, if you're like me,
it won't save people's...
If you're like me, you're
businesses.
stuffing a chunk of it in your savings, and then like the rest, I'm putting towards like my credit card. Because I don't need that because I'm an essential worker, so I'm getting a pretty good paycheck every other week.
I'm probably just gonna buy stuff with it.
I bet you are.
Because like I don't have any expenses. I just don't. Like I don't have any expense. The only expense I have is like the occasional stoned run to McDonald's and then like beer.
I wish that was my only expense.
I just don't have to. I don't have to pay for food. I don't have to pay to live here.
You have to pay for a car. You have to pay for your phone.
I don't have to pay for a car. I don't have to pay for a phone because I'm in school right now, and that was an agreement me and my parents set up that they pay for all that stuff while I'm going to school, and I just pay for my schooling.
See, I'm paying for
I'm
paying for school, my phone, my car, and then I'm gonna start paying my insurance here since I'm actually working.
So you're not paying rent?
No. That's one of the few things I am not going to be paying here is rent.
That's nice.
Yeah.
That's really nice.
It's very nice, but I mean, I would like to just keep stuffing money away so I could not live at my mom's house. Mm-hmm. Next summer.
Apartments really aren't that hard.
Jordan's is expensive.
Yeah, because he chose a single bedroom apartment in like one of the nicest apartment buildings there is. Get a roommate.
It's literally like they haven't even finished building the garage yet. Those are nice though. If you had that, if you had his kind of money, like would you rent something like that? Probably.
It depends.
It might be worth it. You could still shove a good amount of money away.
Completely depends. Honestly, like the two engineers that I worked with.
He gets overtime every paycheck, so.
Yeah. The two engineers I worked with at Steffes, they got apartments themselves, and they both got like 2-bedroom apartments. That one of them actually got a 3-bedroom. He got a 3-bedroom apartment, and he sleeps in one, and then he puts shit in the other 2. And then he bought like a brand new truck and stuff, and that just seems ridiculous to me because the apartment that I lived in, we were paying like $900 a month total.
How many rooms is yours?
2. It was 2-bedroom, 2-bath, full like giant kitchen.
This is in Dickinson, right?
Yeah, this is in Dickinson. I don't see any point to like always if you can find a roommate. And you can tolerate that roommate, you don't understand how much financially that will save you money. Like,
what money do you spend if you hate someone?
If you hate someone and want to live alone? If you want a regular...
Okay, I thought you were talking about like in the situation, like in the moment.
No.
What are you paying them off to like not talk about the things they've seen you do or what?
What are you talking about?
Shut up, I don't know.
I'm literally saying if you get a roommate, it's just better. Because, well, yeah, you have to deal with a fucking roommate, but you don't pay, instead of you paying, let's say you find an apartment around here, single person, single bedroom, single bathroom, for $800 a month, you can get a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom for $1,000 a month, and instead of you paying $800, you pay $500.
Yeah.
Find a roommate. It's not hard.
Yeah, just make a fucking friend, dude. It's not that hard.
Make a friend who needs a place to live, too.
Just make a friend as desperate as you.
And don't rent a house. People fucking renting houses, that is so bullshit.
What's wrong with renting a house?
That's just the dumbest. Well, if you're renting a house, let's say you are renting a room.
You can rent a house for a good price, and it's totally fucking worth it.
Let's say you can rent a house with 5 people. Okay, do that then. But if it's just you and your friend...
I know people who have rented houses for, it's like they've paid like maybe $400 a month, including their utilities. And
Yeah,
it was
per
just
person. Per person.
for 2 people, and they had a whole house,
Yeah, that's reasonable if you can find a good price.
like
But
a whole ass house.
yeah, if you can. Was that like they just found a random renter, or did they know the person they were renting it from?
They might have known, but it was actually in a decent neighborhood in Superior.
Exactly. So
It was on like fucking Iowa Street.
that's my point. Like renting a house, if you can find a good price, yeah, but a majority of the time renting a house, you cannot find a good price. What do you want? Bush latte? Do you want Heineken? I did not put your other one in the fridge, so it'll be warm. Do you want another different beer?
I brought 3 of these.
Yeah, I didn't put the other one in the fridge.
Did I drink one?
You just drank one. It's sitting right there.
Oh, there's another one down there.
Oh wait, no. I thought it was sitting behind me. It was in the fridge. Do you want it, or do you want a cold one?
I'll take a Heineken.
Okay. A Heine. There you go, Sad. Beauty.
Where's the bottle opener, bud?
It's on my keychain. Sorry.
Why'd you put it on your fucking keychain?
Because I'm gonna need it for the rest of my life. That's fucking why. What did we start on? We started with beer.
We were talking about disc golfing.
We were talking about disc golfing, and then we got into an argument.
I could just keep talking beer, but
Talking beer.
yeah.
Talking beer.
Gabe and Austin brewed their own beer. Super fucking
What?
good. Yeah. They brewed like a hazy IPA.
Where the hell did they do that?
You just you just got to go in on. You just got to find one other person and go in on the equipment with you, and you could literally brew it in like your basement or your backyard. And there's a company that you can order like the malt and the hops from, and then like you just follow the step. They literally send you step-by-step instructions. They send you the right malt, hops, and like other ingredients for what kind of beer you want. Like the first one they did was a hazy IPA, and the ABV depends on like how well the brewing process goes.
What is ABV?
Alcohol percentage like by volume.
Oh, okay.
So like they it was supposed to be like a
Just to put it into perspective,
Bush is 4.2.
Bush 3.
Bush Lights are like 4.1 or 4.2. Heineken I think is around
4.1.
that. Heineken's 5%.
Yeah.
And it's like when you look at like domestics or like your typical beers that you see that are like commercialized, you see like 5% like a Heineken, you're like, oh, that's a strong fucking beer. And then you get into like the craft stuff.
God.
You get into the craft stuff, you're like, why the fuck am I drinking a Voodoo Ranger Imperial that's 9%?
Oh yeah, that Dragon's Milk was 11%.
Oh, do you like that?
Oh god, I loved it.
It's super easy. It's super easy, right?
So good. I drank it in like I probably drank that bottle in like probably 20 minutes.
Dude, it's so
It
smooth.
just went down, and then,
You don't
like,
burp
next
on
thing-
it.
No, I burped a lot.
I didn't burp on that. I don't burp on that stuff. It's really smooth.
Well, the next thing I knew, it was completely gone, and I was like halfway through a meeting I had with like my Circle K club. I was halfway through that meeting. Just
Was that today?
no, it was yesterday.
Oh.
I just drank, and that was the thing. Like 8 o'clock rolls around, and or 8:30 rolls around, and I finished that. I couldn't leave this house until like 10:30 because that had made me drunk. I had to wait like an hour and a half before I left.
See, I went on a little bender with those to where like I'd buy that and I'd get like a 12-pack or something. I'd chug that and it would kind of get me kind of there. So it's like those don't even really get to me anymore.
It's so good though. It was so good. You want to grab that actually for me so I can show people?
Bourbon barrel stouts are so good.
It's called Dragon's Milk. Holland.
It's from New Holland Brewing. It's from Holland, Michigan.
Yep.
Kirk Cousins' hometown.
Kirk Cousins.
So in a sense, it'll put up big numbers, but it won't get you to where you want to be.
Dragon's Milk. That shit was good. Is that like nationwide? You can get that anywhere?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
It's I mean, obviously it's in the Midwest like we are, but this is just one of those things I think gets around because it's like at my liquor store, it's all local stuff, and then like the handful of nationwide craft breweries, like Sam Adams is still technically a craft brewery. They're still part of the Independent Craft Brewers Association with how nationwide they are. Mm-hmm. It's just they've been around for so long because it's Samuel Adams.
Yeah.
Brewing company.
It's been around forever.
And so it didn't get part of like that national. There's like some conspiracy like with like all the beer companies. I don't even remember it because I've been working there for 2.5 years and I forgot about it. And the people who told me this don't work there anymore, so I don't know this shit anymore.
Okay.
But every single beer company, they're not competing against each other. They're all part of the same conglomerate, and they're all
Yeah.
fucking working together. It's
Oh,
crazy.
yeah.
It's fucking crazy.
It's like car companies. It's the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Car companies, hotels, it's all like big business, like car manufacturing companies. They all
They're
agree.
all under one thing.
They all, yeah, it's like an oligarchy, essentially. They all kind of, or an oligopoly. I can't remember which one it is. I'm not an economics major. But they basically all, like, agree. They all sit down together and they all agree, hey, we're going to sell the new Dodge Ram for $30,000 this year, or $35,000. However much they're going to sell it for, the base model, and then Ford will base
They're
it
not.
off
They're
of
not.
that.
They're not trying to run each other out of business.
No.
They're all trying to keep each other afloat.
Yeah. Ford will say, like, hey, we're going to sell the new F-150 for $35,000. Dodge will be like, okay, we'll abide by that as well. And then, like, other trucks like Nissan and, like, Toyota, like, all American, or not American, but all car manufacturers that are sold, or all cars that are sold in America, like, they all kind of work together. And it's the same thing with beer. It's the same thing with hotels and stuff like that. They are competing in a sense, but at the same time, they're really not. You know what I mean?
Yeah. This is crazy though, because this is I don't know if this means that they've had Dragon's Milk since 1997 or if it's just New Holland in general, but they've been around since 1997. That's very old, very very old for a craft brewery.
Really?
Very old. The first one in Minnesota, the first microbrewery in Minnesota was Lake Superior Brewing, and they just shut down this winter. They're on Superior Street actually.
Wow.
We have the last few remaining beers. And the reason why they went out of business is because they
Do you mean that's new for like the Midwest, or that's new?
that's new for microbreweries.
Oh, okay.
They Lake Superior Brewing's been around since like 1995, I think. And they had their staple beers. Like when a craft brewery comes out, they have their staple beers that they come out with. Like that's gonna be sold year round. That's what they're known for. That's what gets people hooked on them. That's what people know them for. Like Ben Paddle, you have Bent Hop. You have the ESB, the Amber. You have the Venture Pills. You have stuff like that. Earth Rider. You got Hell's Lager. You got the Stout. You got the Caribou Lakes. Shit like that.
Okay.
Lake Superior made their staple beers, and then came out with like maybe 3 or 4 beers after that. And over the span of 20 plus years, they didn't come out with shit. And then no one just was buying their stuff because it was like, oh, do I want to come back here for the same fucking thing I've been getting for the last 22, 23 years? No, I want something that's going to knock my fucking socks off. And so they would go to the other handful of places they have around.
Yeah.
I mean, Duluth actually has a pretty good craft district.
Well, we like our alcohol. We like our beer.
We like going out on hikes. We like disc golfing.
We like beer.
We like kayaking, and we love our giant lake, and we love our ice cold beer made from the water from that lake.
Good shit. Yes, we do. A lot of pride out here in Duluth. I think you'll find the only more prideful people in the world are probably the Irish, besides like Duluth people.
They're not prideful in their beer. They're prideful in being drunks.
They're prideful in Ireland altogether. Anything Ireland.
They're more American than Americans. But it's for Irish people.
They're more patriotic than Americans, is what you meant to say.
That's what I meant to say, yeah.
You're fucking retard.
Just
A little dumb. I'm just a little retarded.
a little.
Just a little stupid. That's okay.
It's fine. That's what we're here for.
That's what we're here for.
That's what we're here for.
So, yeah. So the beer here is good.
It's very good.
It's good beer.
Minnesota as a whole state has a very, very good craft.
Belgium's got the best by far. I went to Belgium. I was there. Every beer I had at any bar that we were at in Belgium, like it was all good. It was like going.
Do they dabble with like IPAs at all over there?
Oh yeah, it's all thick. It's all thick beer. A light beer would be like a Heineken. Heineken's considered light.
Well, Heineken's considered light in any universe.
Is this a light beer?
This is a very light beer. Heineken's it's a lager. Lagers are light.
Well, you know they make Heineken light, right? Like Busch.
Yes.
Busch Light. This is our light beer, right?
Are you really fucking? Yes, I know. It's because it's still a light beer. Just because it doesn't say light on it doesn't mean it's not a light beer. It's just like those are lagers. Like regular Busch is just their regular standard lager, right?
Yeah.
Busch Light is their very watered down lager. Okay.
This is our light beer in America. This is their light beer in Europe.
Yeah. They just have different. They just have different tastes.
That's the point I'm trying
They
to
just have different tastes because that's been around a lot longer. They've had a staple.
No, I mean, like, if you brought a Bush, just a regular Bush,
They'd be like, "What the fuck is this?"
they would say this is a light beer. If you brought that to Europe, they would say this is a light beer. Just a regular Bush. Not a Bush Light, just a regular Bush.
Yeah, I would say it's a light beer too.
Would you? Not just a regular beer? Because here in America,
No,
this is a regular
Bush,
beer.
no, but like any domestic that you drink, any domestic that you see on TV that you go in the beer cave
Yeah.
on,
Yeah.
that's a light beer. That's pretty much a light beer. All the ones you see commercialized, the ones that
Okay.
get famous, those domestics, all are light beers. Budweiser is a light beer.
Diesels are light?
Diesels are no okay. When people say diesels, those are actually all light beers.
Damn.
Those are literally all light beers,
But not in our frame of reference. We consider like a Bush Light a light beer.
You're talking about our culture as a whole.
I'm talking about the U.S. culture as a whole. Yes,
Yeah, for some reason, diesels are not actually diesels.
diesels. Budweiser. We're talking about Budweiser.
I'm just using Budweiser as an example, but if you want to use like, there is a regular Keystone, believe it or not.
Yeah, I know.
And,
that.
and it's red. It's fucking weird. It's got a red
I
taste.
have seen that. Yeah, that's.
I've never
weird.
seen one in person.
But
You
what
know what's weird?
What I'm saying
Okay.
is, in our frame of reference, in the U.S. frame of reference, this is a light beer. This is a regular beer. This is a beer, right? Like a Budweiser or like a Bush or.
Do
like
they actually
a
drink
Miller.
Heineken Light over there? Or no?
Heineken Light is offered, but no one drinks it. No one fucking.
Everyone drinks. Heineken in itself is so light.
It is. It's not.
It's a super light beer.
It's not as light as that though. Like this is way lighter than this.
Okay, in terms of lightness, the way I like to think is, how fast could I down this?
That's not a good term because you can. Yeah, you can't really. Down
Because
an
when you
IPA.
think of light beer, it doesn't make you feel as full. It doesn't make you feel as bloated, right?
True.
You can burp it up easy and you just keep going.
Mm-hmm.
I would consider this lighter.
It's a light. In my opinion, it's a light beer. But like a regular beer.
You can see through a Heineken
A
better than
regular-
you can see through a Busch Light. Busch Light definitely has more of a little bit of a haze to it. A Heineken you could fucking see right through.
You can't see through that.
That's because it's green. It's covered in fucking condensation.
Anyway, what I'm saying is that in Europe, like this is considered a light beer, and like a darker, like 6%, close to an IPA,
Like a stout.
but not necessarily. Yeah, like a stout.
You can't say a dark beer is an
regular
IPA. That's the thing.
A stout is a regular beer, or like a pilsner is a light beer to them.
A Pilsner is a very light beer.
Pilsners are not.
Pilsners are very light.
Pilsners are just like lagers.
They're very similar to lagers. Pilsners are actually
They're just like sweeter. I don't know what it is.
they're a little bit. Pilsners are a little. They have a little bit more of a bitterness to them, depending on the hop. They're a little bit more. I guess the best way to put it. This might not be the best word, but malleable. In terms of flavor, Pilsners are
You
because
can have a broader range of flavors.
a
is
broader
what you're saying?
range of flavors. Because like I've had Pilsners that I've had that are like, oh, like fuck, like this is good. This is really easy to get down. And then I've had another Pilsner that I've had, and it's like, oh fuck, why is this so bitter? Like it's like you're drinking beer, and then you just get like punched in the back of your throat with like a bitterness.
You don't
like,
taste
like
things
hop
with
bite.
the back of your throat.
I'm just trying to describe what it felt
I'm
like.
fucking with you.
I'm gonna hit you over the head with the dragon's milk.
Good. Do it. End me. But I think the point I was trying to... I think the point I was trying to make was just like dark, like something we would consider an IPA would be like a regular beer in Denmark or in Belgium or anywhere in Europe, really. Like they like their thick, high percentage beers. They do.
Okay, I want you to define a thick beer for me because we have not been on the same page for the last like 15 minutes or so.
A thick beer would be like the Dragon's Milk. That would be like
Yes,
an average.
that's a very thick beer. That's a stout.
That would be like an average beer in Denmark.
It's a very heavy, thick beer. Like you have one of those and you're like, fuck, I feel like I just had like dessert. Like I feel like I
You're
just
right.
topped off my dinner.
I was super full after I drank that.
Yeah, and it's like you don't feel like you could fit much more after that. Otherwise you'd be in trouble.
Yeah. Mainly because I was so drunk after drinking that fucking thing.
Oh, if you drink it fast enough, it's going to hit you like a fucking truck.
Oh, it did. Absolutely.
But no, like your typical like IPAs are still light beers. It's
Really?
just they're very, very hoppy. That's it. They're ales.
Huh. I
Because
didn't
it's
know that.
India Pale Ale.
Yeah.
Do you understand where that term came from?
IPA, yeah.
How they used to, when they wanted to send beer. I honestly don't remember which direction, if it was from India or to India for
Let's
the
see what
British.
IPA originated as.
All right. I'm going to not look at the screen. I'm going to see how accurate I am on this. It's when they used to, it was either it was to or from India for the British soldiers, and they used to have to put extra hops in the beer so it would last longer. And so it had that like more bitter, hoppier taste to it because the hops would make it obviously last longer. It preserves the beer.
Why did they move it from?
Because they were stationed in India, I believe. Or they would take hops from India or some shit. I don't know. This is in like the 1900s.
Yeah.
This is in like the 1900s or some shit.
This is a long time ago, but like why? So it's called an Indian Pale Ale or India Pale Ale.
Yes.
It just says here, like you didn't explain why they had to endure the long process of them traveling from India to Britain.
It's because they would go overseas and they would have to jam pack that bitch full of hops.
Yeah. So it would survive the grueling 6 months journey from Britain.
It's like freezing your hamburger.
But the only reason the only thing that you missed, it was too hot in India to brew.
Okay, so they had to brew the beer over in Britain, but they had to add extra hops to it, and so then they would have to send it in barrels over to India.
So it would survive, yeah, basically.
And then that's how it originated. Isn't it crazy?
So they've been around for a long time. IPAs have. And it would because like they got all their
and look at what it's become. Look at what it's become. Yeah. It took a long ass time, but it literally became like if you come into like a liquor store or like a that is quite the tower you got there.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? I didn't bring this up last podcast, but I want to bring it up now. Before I forget. Sorry to interrupt. Didn't mean to cut you off like that. I want to, since we have a camera now, I want to do unboxing videos. Like
Unboxing videos?
I want people to send me shit, and I like open it up on camera and see what it is. I swear to God.
How much money you want to bet that the first thing is either a dildo or a pocket pussy?
Be wonderful. I'd have so much fun with that, but I would be afraid of people mailing me like spiders or shit. Like that would freak me the fuck out.
Why the fuck would someone send you a spider?
I don't know, because people are sick. Okay, people are twisted.
Do you think you have that many sick people? Oh yeah, anyone who clicks on your shit.
Yes. I mean, yeah. I imagine my fan base, if I have any fans, I imagine it's not a very right-minded group of people.
Or they're just people who need to hear. They're right-minded people, but they just need to hear something a little extra spicy.
Yeah, they need to hear an
to know that they could turn over that new leaf and become a Ted Bundy level of like serial killer or something like that. I don't know.
What do you associate me with? Have I killed anyone, Chase?
I have a side-by-side picture of you and Ted Bundy, and you guys have the same eyes.
I don't want to talk about that.
You guys literally have. No, that was when we woke up and you were hovering over Chicken Run.
It was the Chicken Run.
You were hovering over Chicken Run on Netflix, and like we were all just like still kind of hungover from the night before.
I looked back at everybody. I was like,
"Oh my god!"
I had those crazy eyes. Yeah. That was a rough.
I went and visited Pat and Kim a couple days ago. Actually,
did you?
It was super funny because Bella loved her. Obviously,
yeah.
They've never seen her be so calm with someone before.
Really?
So dog whisperer over here. But
got old Peyton the dog whisperer.
Whipper. But anyway, Pat was throwing like a chewed up log to her, which is like her stick.
Okay.
And he meant to like sidearm it, or like he meant to like backhand it, and he ended up thwapping the fucking shit out of my right quarter panel, my rear quarter panel on my fucking Equinox. Just fucking thwacked the shit out of it. I was not mad for like even half a second. I started laughing immediately.
Because it's Pat, dude.
I was like, Pat, you're a fucking adult. You should know not to throw that way. He's like, oh shit, sorry. Did you get a new car? Yeah, you've seen it like 12 times.
Yeah. He's a fucking funny dude. I love it every time he fucking rips on Max, and Max hates it. Max absolutely hates it. Every
He
time Pat says
he can
says
handle
it.
getting ripped on by other people, but the second his own father starts ripping on him, it's like an actual like deep down personal attack, and he has to take it seriously.
A little bit, yeah. He gets so mad. Or when
I'd call him a pussy on this podcast right now.
Pat?
And, no, Max.
Oh, yeah,
he
Max.
wouldn't give a shit.
he's a fucking bitch.
No, he is a fucking pussy.
I want him on here though. I want him
know.
on the podcast.
Next, I'm gonna call him a pussy to his face in front of everyone.
We'll get Max on here. And
I don't think he's gonna come up though.
Probably not.
We have to kidnap him.
We might have to, or we'll just have to take all this down there. We could do it right in his living room, dude. Have the skyline as a background. That'd be cool.
I want there to be the hot tub though. We need to somehow set it up so we can be in the hot tub when it's not quarantined anymore.
There's no like.
I'm just sweaty and shit faced, just like I don't know what to do.
That's our sound guy Chase. We have Max turn the camera to you, and you're just passed out in the pool. Yeah, he puked 3 times in this place.
He drank a bottle of Pink Whitney, and he found some champagne left over from New Year's underneath a towel.
It was sitting in the drain of the hot tub. They couldn't get it out. He somehow did.
It was a fresh bottle of Spumante, and he just fucking downed it.
Yeah, he pulled it out of that fucking drain like King Henry III and just yanked it out.
He's got crowned King Arthur. He just pulled Excalibur out of that fucking rock. That boulder. Where the fuck? That's a nice boulder.
That's a nice boulder.
Anytime we can throw a Shrek reference in here because of how big of a culture shaper it was for us.
Oh yeah, we grew up on that shit, dude. We're the all-star generation. We're not millennials. We're not Gen Zers. We're the all-star generation. Think about anyone that's between like 19 years old right now, 19 to like. No, I'd say like anyone that's like 19 years old to like 24 years old. Think of any one of those people. They all know All-Star word for word by heart. They know that entire song by heart, and that's because of Shrek. Smash Mouth could have been the next Beatles, but Shrek fucked him completely. I went and saw Smash Mouth in concert, and all I could see was like the scenes of the movie every time I heard the song.
This is the worst live Shrek I've ever seen in my life.
At the time when I saw it, I was probably like 10, so it was probably like 10 years ago.
And,
you
have any Shrek like apparel on?
No, I didn't, sadly, because I didn't know Smash Mouth was the singers.
You're like, sign this, and you just frisbee a fucking copy of the first Shrek on stage.
But they were like really cool. But every song they played was all their hits. And they were all in Shrek. Like,
they were all in the Shrek scene.
And I just listened to all of them, like each one.
Is there a 5th Shrek?
I know there's 4 of them. There's Shrek 1, there's Shrek 2, and then there's
Shrek
Shrek
the
the
Third.
third, and then Shrek
4. That was like with the kids, and like he had like an epiphany or some shit.
That's Shrek the Third. Shrek 4 was the
one.
No. Shrek 4 was Happily Ever After, isn't it?
Yeah, that's like the epiphany one.
We have Google. We have the power of Google.
But is there a 5th one?
There might be. Shrek movie order. Bap.
Bap.
Bap. Oh, Shrek 5. What the fuck?
There's a Shrek 5.
Forever After.
Ah! Your tower fell down.
It did. Yeah, Shrek 5. What the fuck? Why does he look so funny? That's the moment when he got kicked in the nuts by Donkey. Oh, you go. That's the yeah. When
what the heck? Here's another Shrek.
Is this actually? Is Shrek 5 a real thing? Is Shrek 5 a real thing?
Behind the meme.
What the heck? Another Shrek? No, that's the scene right there. This is the part where
yeah, it's in the first Shrek.
No, it's in the second one when Puss in Boots like is climbing all over Shrek and fucking with him, and Donkey goes to like kick him and kick Shrek
and he
right
kicks
in
Shrek
the nuts.
instead.
Yeah, and then the cat like jumps up, flips around, and
we should have like a Shrek 2 like review episode or something where we just get fucked and we just talk about Shrek.
I want to do an unboxing video so bad. So fucking bad. I'm not going to show it then. Oh, look at this. All right, I can't. We can't be laughing at pictures of they can't. The people watching this can't see what's on. So
good.
But for those who can't see, it's Black Shrek and it's hilarious. It's so funny. All right, I'm done. We're done with that. We can't be looking at that. That makes for bad content, Chase. But an unboxing podcast would be kind of whack.
That's so funny. Yeah, it would be kind of whack.
It'd be partially dangerous too, because like iDubbbz, right, the YouTuber, he does a lot of unboxing videos. Same thing happened to me, yeah, but I immediately added her. Anyway, he does like unboxing videos, and there was like a couple of them where people were sending him like boxes with just like sand in it. They just put sand in the box, and then they put razor blades right under the lid. So when you went to open it, he would like stick his hand in and get fucking cut up. And
So you just gotta put your dick in it right away.
Yeah, because
I'm not scared.
Your dick is way more,
I'm not scared of anything.
resilient to razor blades than your fucking fingers.
Just because there's a camera in front of us, you don't go with it. You'll put your dick in anything to us.
Yeah, that's a good point. I'd put my dick in a snowman, honestly.
It doesn't, like, the requirements are
Be the bone.
past or may or may not have a heartbeat. I don't know. I'll decide when I get there.
I'll decide. It depends on how drunk I am. Depends on how high I am. Depends on how much Viagra I snuck. Like, it's all... There's a lot of variables.
Have you ever taken Viagra?
No, I want to. I do.
You want to do Viagra together?
Yeah, we're going to do trip balls on Viagra, walk around with boners.
Should we do a Viagra unboxing popping?
We'll have to walk around with our dicks in our waistband, like, all day. Chase, you've had a boner for 5 hours. We got to call the doctor.
No, he's got to work through a few things. Don't worry about it.
Let me jerk off for the 15th time today. Those are rookie numbers.
My skin's starting to rub off. No pun intended.
Jesus Christ. Fuck you. So we talked about beer. We talked about Shrek. Dude, Shrek might be...
Hey, this was a lot. This is like a very uncoordinated episode, but...
It's a good thing.
It was very good because we didn't have to restart, and by the time we started,
I
was more drunk than I am like right now.
As far as when you started, you were more drunk?
No, like when we started the last episode,
Sloppy
Sloppy Seconds, I was already in the fucking, like, I could have just fallen asleep right on the table, and we're like, all right, here we go, we gotta redo this whole fucking thing.
Before I
was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me.
So I listened to that podcast, actually, and, like, before I knew it, like, I listened to the whole thing. Like, I fucking wasn't even paying attention. It just felt like a real podcast. Like, I totally forgot I was talking. I forgot. Well, I didn't forget it was you on the mic. I knew it was you, but I forgot it was me. It's weird listening to yourself on a podcast. It really is. Because there was like a lot
I don't like listening to my voice.
That's true. You get over it after a minute. But there was one thing that I said in Sloppy Seconds, like how girls pee sitting down, and like how I said like they don't drop their drawers all the way to their ankles.
They just go like halfway.
Down. Yeah. How I said like they only go halfway, and like I was listening to it, and in the podcast I was like, no, dude, they do it all the time. And I was just thinking to myself, like when I listened to it, I was like, that was a fucking stupid statement. They clearly only kept it
Imagine
up halfway.
if you could argue with like your inebriated self when you're sober.
Well, they kept it up. The girls keep their pants like halfway up because I was fucking right there. Like I was.
Peyton, how do you pee on the toilet?
Yeah. Do you drop your drawers all like every time? Or you just pull it to your knees and you're just like. Really? This is like right every time you pee.
What else am I supposed to do?
Do you not? Because every time I take a shit or if I piss sitting down, like
go
I'll
all the way.
it.
You got to go all the way.
I'll drop it all.
I go. Yeah.
It's just more work. I have to pick them all the way up.
Well, because like my dick. So like the thing is with
The
a
dick
guy,
is unpredictable.
The guy,
Unpredictable.
a guy's dick is like it's like here, so like I can't sit with my legs closed. Like I have to spread my legs, and if my pants are at my knees, I'm clearly restricted.
But if I were to do that, what would be the point?
Well, that's the point. I'm asking you, like
No, I just kind of
We're trying to
right
learn.
above the knee.
Yeah, usually.
It's like, okay,
What if you get a boner?
yeah. What happens if you get a boner?
That's a real problem.
If you get a boner while peeing.
Yeah.
I typically get a boner before peeing, and then
Peeing with a boner is really
it's
hard.
hard. It's difficult.
Really, really hard.
It's like a pressurized hose. It's like when you stick your thumb over the end of
You
a
have
hose.
to kind of crane yourself downward a little bit so you don't push it down.
Yeah, I just like plank against the bathtub and the wall, like above the toilet. I just like straighten myself out and make sure my
See, I
dick
don't
is
have that
pointing.
set up in my bathroom, so I can't exactly do that.
Yeah, you still could. You could just prop yourself up against the wall too.
I'm not that tall.
I know.
I'm pretty sure our legs are like the same length, though.
We're not measuring the legs. We've done it.
Have we?
I understand, Chase, that you're short and it bothers you.
And it's all legs.
And it's all torso that makes you short.
Yeah, it's just like my legs are fine, but torso just.
And I understand it upsets you, but we don't have to prove to the world how tall you are.
Do I have pizza in my house?
Pizza?
Do we have a lots of matzo still? No. It's
Fuck.
fucked up.
That's a bummer.
It's really fucked up. Might have to pick up a Quick Trip pizza.
Oh, those pizzas.
I love those pizzas.
5 for 10, buddy.
Do they have that? Not a fucking chance I'm doing that.
5 for 10?
Wait, 5 for $10?
5 pizzas for $10.
That's bullshit. No way.
They had it like 2 weeks ago.
Did you know about this? Because neither did I.
Just go to the one on Washington.
That's what I
Avenue.
plan on doing.
That's what I plan on doing. My name's Chase. Blah, blah, blah.
We're like 2 hours into this thing?
Hour and a half.
Okay.
Do you want to call it?
Yeah, probably. I gotta get back.
Gotta get back already? Fuck.
Yeah, I have a Madden league I gotta run. I gotta
It's only 4 fucking
I
30.
gotta take a shit. I gotta eat some Quick Trip pizza.
Gotta take a shit.
I have to get an upset stomach at some point today. That hasn't happened yet.
Gotta rejuvenate for the whole day.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, if you want to end it, that's up to you.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I'm getting a second chance on some papers right now, so I'm gonna take that opportunity too.
What should we name this one?
We kind of go off on everything.
That's true. We did talk a lot. Should we call it beer and pizza? I like it. Thanks, guys.